What up, you hear me? It's your boy Butter back again. Yeah, know the culture, you know what I'm saying? This time around, brought my homie SmokeMula with me. You know what I'm saying? He about to tell y'all a bit about himself, you know what I'm saying? Y'all fuck with him.
SmokeMula.
I come from a shotgun house in the middle of agriculture, in the 7th Ward, that's downtown, the city of New Orleans, the city. Well, shit be fucked up, and if you make it out, then you just lucked up. And if you get smoked, they might raise their cup up. But if you getting big, they gon' hate your guts, they fake as fuck. Can't let nobody slow your money up. So what you did? Look, let me tell you something. If you getting money.
Alright, so SmokeMula, you know, it's your first time on a show, so you know, I want to start off like with telling the people like what part of the city did you come from, man?
Yeah, man, I was born in the, well, shit, it's crazy because I was really born in the 8th Ward on Mandeville and Prip. Yeah, but I'm out the 7th Ward, you know, because, you know, like, after I was born, we moved right down agriculture and broad, you know what I'm saying? But, like, they got this shit in the city, you know, down here that they say ARB, like, you're all around, boy, because, like, I do be all around, I ain't lived all around the city, but, like, you know, I rep the 7th Ward, though, yeah.
Okay. And so the name SmokeMula, how did you get that name? Tell me that.
Shit, like niggas been calling me Smoke, you hear me? Like the Mula shit came from jail, like when I was in jail, you hear me? And I was like, just kind of thinking about like, kind of you say reinventing yourself, like, and shit, cause like I said, Smoke, that shit came from the street. And like I wanted to do that rap shit when I was in jail. I was like thinking of a plan. And so I was like, just trying to think, and I was talking to this nigga, and that nigga said that Mula shit, you hear me? And I was like, shit, that's all I really like, you know, gas, cash, fuck, you hear me? Smoking and getting that money, so I like SmokeMula, and it like had a ring to it, and so I just kind of fucking ran with it, you hear me?
Real.
Alright, so, you know, I was on your IG, and, you know, I was looking at your pictures, and I saw you was locked up, and, you know, I know the orange that's, like, down here, but then I saw you with DOC. What was that about?
Yeah, like, you know, I had, well, fuck, you know, I was doing, in the city, down there, OPP, Orleans Parish, you hear me? And then I had went upstate, because I had caught, the time, I caught 18 months on, my second crack charge, you hear me? And I had went upstate or whatever like that, so yeah, and, you know, there you go.
Alright, cool. So, can you tell me what landed you upstate?
Like I said, I was on my second crack charge, you hear me? And it was like a lot of shit led up to that shit, like, you hear me? Matter of fact, I'll tell you the date. I'll tell you about the date, you hear me? Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, alright, so this how it all kind of came down, you hear me? Like, we was in the 12th Ward, you hear me? Nigga was like grinding in the 12th Ward, you hear me? I ain't from the 12th Ward, I'm from the 7th Ward, you hear me? But like, they had people around there, like naturally, you know, nigga gonna hate on a nigga, especially if you ain't from around that way and you getting money around that way, you hear me? And so like, a lot of events led up to that shit. I'm talking about like a lot of shit, but mainly, like I remember we was by this nigga Ronald, you hear me? By this nigga Ronald house, you hear me? And the thing, cause like we in that bitch, and this nigga, matter of fact, he like, you hear me? Yo, let's go, you hear me?
Fuck.
And so like we about to leave out the house, you hear me? So we about to go next door, by the nigga G house, you hear me? But really, he like, let's get the fuck from around there, like, period, right? You
out the area.
And so, we all walk out the door, and like, we walk out the door, you heard me? It's like the door just closed, and then they had this like, Migo nigga, he standing in the fucking gate, but like, it's like this nigga had on a blue fucking windbreaker, you heard me? And that bitch ain't have nothing on it. So like, nigga thinking he like a Vic or some shit. So I'm like, nigga like, who you is? Like, man, it's me. It's me, G,
the plug,
the T, yeah, Word, Lil Denzel, you hear me? Boone wasn't out there. I was glad that boy wasn't out there. I was like, if he was out there, we were gonna get a fucking gang charge. We got all our little tattoos and shit the same, you hear me? But like, so them people, the Migo nigga, so nigga like, who you is, you hear me? And G talking to his daughter, that's what he was fumbling with the door, to open the door, you hear me? And so I'm like, who the dude is by the gate? And so that's when that boy like just pull out a whole Glock, you hear me? That boy pull that bitch out, that boy like, put your hands on woo. So we like, the fuck? That shit, you hear me? Cause like I said, he ain't got no NOPD shit on or none of that shit like that.
Real rap.
And so when he like, don't worry about who I'm ready to get up on the wall. We like, what you jacking us? Like, you heard me? We like trying to see what the fuck going on. And so that's when all you do, you can see through the little cut. You just see them bitches swoop.
I was gone.
It's gang tags, dude. Who called them bitches, you hear me? And so nigga like, damn, what the fuck? So they got us all on the wall. Who called them bitches swarming in the yard, you hear me? And them bitches go straight in J house, you hear me? And now this bitch crazy, cause this bitch Denzel been telling this nigga, like this nigga J got a plea, rocks, dope, all that shit just right there.
Banger right there.
Yeah, gun and everything, you hear me? And so like the people go straight and do and go straight to the shit. But like they open that nigga dope, like with his key and shit, you hear me? Just walk in this shit, like, you hear me? And so like when they do that, he off the back just like, man, that's me. Whatever you find in that bitch, that's mine, or whatever like that. But like now the nigga word.
Shouts out to Jay for that too, stand up guy.
Yeah, like real nigga shit. That nigga got 7 years behind that shit. Like this was like kinda when everybody just started going down, right? You hear me? Like a domino effect type shit. You hear me?
Real rap.
Like month before that bitch got shot in his hand and everything. It was crazy. But so that nigga G like, this is my charge or whatever. And so that's when the nigga, like I said, the nigga word doing. This nigga got buku money on him, you hear me? And so them bitches go to take a nigga in that bit one by one, you hear me? Like trying to get a nigga to say that all the shit for him, cause like I said, the nigga G to the charge, but they looking at him like he a fucking rocket, so they like, fuck that, like we want this nigga. So they like, you know, trying to get everybody to say that the shit for him. Yeah. So they could get him out the way. Like why they want to get him out the way so bad, that's like a whole nother story within itself. But like I said, they wanted to get him out the way. And so like the first person they took in that bitch was the nigga T. You hear me? Like I said, they wanted to get him. And so the first person they took was they took T. You hear me? And so when they took T in there, they had T come out there like, man, they trying to get a nigga to say, that was your shit, woo, wop. So nigga knew where they was trying to go with it. So they bring Lil Denzel in that bitch, you hear me? No, I'm lying, they had G in there first. Then they had brought Lil Denzel, then they brought T, you hear me? You know? So they ain't even bring me, cause they like, all right, this shit permanent. So they come and jam me up on the wall and they try to ask me some shit about like, did I kill 2 niggas around the corner, some cool ass shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't never killed nobody in my life, you hear me? So they take us to jail, you dig? So now mine, boom. We bounce out all that shit like that. Now we landed me to get into 18 months, you hear me? I'm guard arrested dead, you hear me? Well, fuck, before that, I'm in the 17th by this little chick. She dropped me off like back in the morning because I come off a flight. I call her about like 3 or 4 o'clock. You hear me? They come get me. I just sleep over there. And that's when the next day, probably like 11, 12 o'clock, I tell her to drive me back off in the 12. So I get around up. I call brother and go arrested dead. I call my little partner Terror. They in Mississippi. Go and pick up that boy car. Go and pick up that boy Terror car, you hear me? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait on y'all before I hit the block. And so I waited on them boys, right, and pop me like 3 trains, you hear me? So by the time they come, I get up, I go in the bathroom, all this shit. And so that's when they come, they like, wait. I'm like, wait, boy, I've been waiting on y'all, boy, I gotta go make some bread. You hear me? So I'm like, I'm about to jump on a little mountain bike, and I'm about to go. Brother like, man, just wait for all us so we can all leave and go, you know, hit the block at the same time. And I'm like, man, no, I'm about to go right now. You hear me? So I shoot out, boom. So when I'm going out, you hear me? I go across Louisiana and I go down Loyola. And so when I go down Loyola, I see these bitches got some nigga hag on Fusher under the tree. You know? So I'm like, shit, who? So like I'm going back to the house. So shit, I go back to the so I try to turn around. So that's when next thing I know, the people grab me. That boy got the gun out the window and he grabbing me with one hand, you hear me? Talking about the car running all over the fucking bike tire, you hear me? So them bitches get me out, put me on the car, I'm like, what that's about? They like, don't worry about it. They put me in the cuffs, you hear me? And so they searched in my pocket and shit, but they ain't found nothing. And so like I'm like, shit, I'm good. But they find a little ID, you know, because I had Vicky had some credit. So they asked me what the nigga name, I ain't know the nigga name, whatever like that. So they like on some shit like, we know what you do, but they ain't found nothing. So I'm like, I got a probation violation, that's good, I'm cool with that, you hear me? So them bitches put me in a car, you dig? And so that's when this motherfucking police come from out nowhere. That boy come, that boy picked the, cause I had the shit in a cigarette pack, you hear me? In a can cigarette pack. That boy come straight to the pack, rip that bitch open and like, y'all ain't see this? You hear me? I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck he found this shit? So, when he go back and circle the block, cause they had told him, I fit the description. Somebody called and told him, I'm riding around with a gun and selling crack, you hear me? And so they got me back out of the car, and the people asking me like, tell us who got guns and all this shit like this. And they like, your people get you up, so you might as well, you know, we'll do the same deal with you. So I'm like, what the fuck, you hear me? I'm fucked up in the head, you hear me? And so like, my train's busting, you hear me? So I'm like, shit, all right, you gonna let me go? You gonna take the cuffs off me or whatever like that? So that boy like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, I don't know. So that boy like, all right, you stupid motherfucker. You going down. The people, they told on you to do what? So I'm like, whatever. So them bitches take me in that bitch or whatever like that. And so when I'm sitting in that bitch, and I'm in Conchetta, and at this time I had dreads and everything, you hear me? And so like them people, it's like when I'm going to court and shit, dog, and then the people ain't want no buying money and shit, and they ain't want to lift no hole for my probation and shit, I knew I was gonna do time, you hear me? And so like, long story short, I ended up with fucking 18 months, cause they gave me 5 years or whatever like that, cause I already had 5 years people to back up. Cause initially they were trying to give me 10 years, you know, and I'm like, that's crazy shit. But that was my second crack charge, so they could do that. But I talked to the lawyer and told him to go back at him and try to get something better. So we got it down to 5, and out of the 5, you know, you gonna really like do half of that shit, good time, all that shit like that. And so I ended up doing 18 months, you know, and so that's how I landed up in upstate.
Wow. Okay, so can you tell me some of the worst moments you had while inside?
The worst times, the worst times I had inside when I was about to come home. Fuck, when I was in the halfway house, you hear me? Fuck, I called home and I found out my cousin got killed. My cousin and his little brother, which, you know, that's that situation with Flu, you hear me? Rest in peace, MuddyCupBuddy, and rest in peace, Curry, you hear me? Like, and then that like next like week or two, you hear me? I called back home and this nigga Solo was telling me when Ro got killed, you hear me? So like, you know, I ain't never been through no shit like that. I ain't never lost nobody while I was locked up, and like you can't do nothing about it and shit. And then when I'm calling home and I'm hearing like the nigga Flo went to Buddy's funeral and shit. And I'm like, well, what happened to the nigga? And they like, nothing and shit. And I'm like, fucked up. And then, you know, seeing the nigga went to jail and you know, and like, but I don't really want to talk about that shit, cause you know, but yeah, that was like my worst experience in jail, you hear me, losing my partners and shit. And like then as soon as I come home, I lost my partner Terry, you hear me, like that shit was fucked up, like back to back shit, you hear me.
Long live TB.
So, can you tell me, do you think your time inside changed you for the better?
Like, kinda not, cause like, you know, like, all through when I was young, I was going back and forth to jail. But like, it was like a thing, cause like, it's like you buying out, like when you going to jail, you go to city jail and shit, when like, you know what I'm saying, you running, that's like, you already know that's coming. So that's why you got buying money, you hear me? And it's like, so when I went, you know, dealing with this shit, and I saw I couldn't buy out and shit, like that kind of fucked me up. And then like I had, you know, I had children now when I did this time. And I had just had a newborn too. And so like, when they would come and visit me and shit, that shit really fucked me, like, you know, that fucked me up. So I could kind of say it's like, the juice made me change with my children really, because it was like a different feeling. Like I was looking at them when they leave me, when they come up there and they visit me and shit, like on them fucking Saturday on weekend visits, motherfucker. But like, if you ain't ever been through it, you don't understand what I'm talking about. When you see your children come to you and they like happy to see you and shit, and they don't know what the fuck really going on. So when they about to leave, they looking for you to leave with them, and you like, you not leaving with them, and they like, damn, Daddy, you ain't coming with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Daddy, you not coming with us, and like that feeling fucked me up, and I was like, I ain't never want to put them, I never want to see their face like that again. So, you know, that kind of made me like what I could do and change, because my nigga, if you playing the game right now, you know this bitch fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? If you go to war, like right now, if you go to war with a nigga and you apply pressure on that nigga gonna call the people. You know what I mean? If you hustling, you know what I mean? And you getting money, and a nigga can't use his mind to out hustle you, and that nigga fucking play the people on you. You know what I mean? Like,
get you out the way.
So it's like you can't win. And it was like, you know, instead of keep on playing, I was like, shit, I'd rather do something else. So like, I started just trying to do everything legal and do everything in my power to stay out here with my family and shit. You know what I'm saying? Twisted. Like, and that should be kind of fucking with me. Cause like I said, I be trying to be a chain man, but then nigga be taking that shit for like you pussy or something. Cause the nigga don't be trying to react to shit the same way. Nigga be trying to be cool, you know, and like try to be patient with shit. But like I said, nigga be taking that shit for like you pussy or something.
But don't get it twisted.
And so, like you, how you keep hearing this nigga saying don't get it twisted, like real though, cause you know, like I said, you know, it ain't that a nigga won't go there, it's just that a nigga gonna think about it in the best way and think about, you know, how to get that done the right way, and
right.
You know, so that's just what it is. But like, man, like I got some shit to do. But know the culture, I appreciate y'all, you know, coming on and talk to me. But we gonna catch up another time, you heard me? Like, you know, another setting or whatever.
Make sure y'all fuck with my dude, you know what I'm saying? The real SmokeMula.
Oh, Pain Project, yeah, man. I really be rapping and shit, yeah, man. I got a mixtape, Pain Project, that bitch on YouTube and shit.
Y'all go check
But I'm about
that
to
out.
really start rapping and putting shit on Tidal and Spotify, all that shit. Like, I'm about to really be a rapper, so, you know, fuck with a nigga.
Already, real mouth, my ops to that.
So your money up. So what you did? Look, let me tell you something. If you getting money, don't acknowledge it. You can send yourself that apology. Close ones be the ones looking all proud of shit. Really, they be foul of shit. Blinded by that hour shit. Make them despise my personal accomplishment. Stay true to myself. Fuck the lies and what's obvious. It's obvious. True shine, I'm shining. Yeah, I'm really lit. Looking in the mirror, I'm on point like my line.